All right. Who doesn't love payments? Please, right? Okay, so we have so much content. We have an hour, and I'm what's standing between you and lunch. And in that hour, we're going to cover 3 things, which feels like it's half a conference worth of content. We're going to go over, really at a high level, the vision of payments and banking at Bushel, why we're doing this, right? The value of these products as we see it, the value we hope you see in them as well. That'll be brief. Then we're going to have a superstar, all-star panel up here. We've got 3 heavy hitters in the industry. We've got a GM of a grain elevator, Roger Fitzke from Reichman. He's going to be here as really the operator on the group, giving the real-world examples. We're going to have Doug Richards, who's CTO and COO of CFA, a lender in this space. And then we brought in a payments guru from Visa, Roger McNamara. And the 4 of us are going to talk about payments and agriculture, and we think it's going to be awesome. So then we're going to have the guys who actually do all the work on this payment stuff, Greg Sagadol, Director of FinTech, and Nathan Jornestead, Director of Engineering on FinTech. And they're going to go really deeper into the products that we're developing. So everything we're going to talk about is something that's either available now today or going to be available later in 2025. So, oh, and the clicker. Where is the clicker? I got the clicker. Is this the clicker? Does anyone know? Yeah, okay, good. Okay, so before we get going, just a little context. Some of you haven't met me. I've been here now 10 months. I met Jake about a year-ish ago. I met him in a coffee shop in San Francisco. He was on his way to SFO. We started talking about his business. I didn't know really much about it. And I started doing a lot of research. And I got super excited about coming to Bushel. And I got super excited for 2 reasons. One, I generally, in all my research and on social media, I was like, wow, these guys have customers who really like them, right? There's a great brand. This company seems to punch way over its weight. And I was really excited about the company itself. Then as I researched, I sort of kept saying to Jake in the interview, are you serious that no one's really done this before? And he was like, what do you mean? And I said, so like Stripe doesn't have payments stitched up in the ag industry or someone like that. Like there's not a behemoth that already makes, us coming in and trying to do this virtually impossible. And he said, no, there isn't. And I researched and I couldn't find anyone. So I got so excited about this because I felt like this was such an enormous opportunity to add value to one of the most important industries in the world, really. So what I'm going to talk about first, oh, it's that green button. Okay, what I'm going to talk about first is I'm going to talk about what the hell we're building here and why, right? Because it's I hear lots of confusion and it's a big plan. So I look at every product that we develop here through a couple lenses, right? And those lenses that I look through are this. Number 1, can we leverage and add value to the awesome products that Bushel already has? So today we've got this great portal app that 250 different businesses at 3,600 locations are using today. Can we make that product more valuable to our customers by putting payments into it? And number 2, can we attack an area in payments that hasn't been optimized for agriculture yet, right? And when I really look at the industry, I see a lot of generic things that the industry is using that were never really focused on for this industry. And I'm going to give you a lot of examples. So when I look at what we're building, I call the whole thing collectively Bushel Pay. And Bushel Pay has really 2 major silos in it, right? It's got a cash management arm and it's got a payments arm. okay? So let's talk first about cash management. Now, Greg, when he comes up, he's going to largely focus on this half of the graph, although some things cross. This is a construct that I developed as a way to explain it. It's not perfect, but it's pretty good. So cash management, fancy word for bank account, basically, right? The foundation of everything that we're doing here is the Bushel business account. And when I started looking into, well, how do, like, farmers, for example, bank today? It's mostly regional banks. I started looking at, okay, is that a great product for them? And I said, okay, I think when you want to make a great banking product for someone, you really need three things. One, it has to be ultimately liquid, meaning you can spend the money easily whenever you want. And in our next phase, we're putting a Visa commercial debit card on the account. The account, by the way, went live, the Bushel business account went live with Bancorp, our banking partner, the beginning of April. So we've been in production 2 months now. And it's a liquid account. It's not only a liquid account, it's a highly insured account. To me, the existential risk of a small business is banking with someone where you only get $250,000 of FDIC insurance. That is woefully underinsured if it's like most businesses in this country, which at times can have easily $1 million or more in the account at a time. So what we did was we created a network of banks through a partner so that the accounts insured up to $5 million, which makes it an appropriate alternative, honestly, to treasuries. But it's better because it's totally liquid and can be spent more easily. A third thing is it needs to have a competitive interest rate on it. So liquid, highly insured, high interest rate. Currently, the Bushel business account is paying 3.43%. That's a weird number. I know you're like, why is it that number? It's indexed to Fed funds, so there's a factor of Fed funds rate. So it will change as Fed funds go up or down. The product, though, it's more than just something with great specs on it as a DDA account. It's also integrated into everything we do at Bushel, which is, like I said, there's 2 lenses I look through for everything. One of those lenses is integration, as I mentioned. So that Bushel business account is accessible via Bushel Farm. And so what does that do to Bushel Farm? It makes it truly the app to manage your farm, manage your finances, right? It's the super app for agriculture. Not only is it integrated into Farm when you have a wallet account, that wallet account is integrated through login with all of our agribusiness portals. So all of those portal products allow the farmer to basically pay invoices or receive direct deposits through the integration with the same account relatively seamlessly, right? So that's the cornerstone product. Wallet, which you hear us talk about a lot, wallet is really the container. So what is a wallet, right? Wallet is this thing that I have right here. What is it? It's a thing that holds a bunch of payment instruments, right? If you think about it, I have debit cards, I have credit cards. That's what the wallet is. The wallet is the technical component. We talk about wallet a lot, but the wallet isn't the bank account. The wallet holds the bank account, but it also holds other payment methods, such as Doug's going to come out from CFA on the panel. It also is going to allow payment with a CFA loan, right, at one of our agribusiness customers, right? So when we say wallet, it's because it's going to hold lots of payment instruments. And it's a container that is embedded. This is really embedded finance, right? So it's embedded in the portals. It's embedded in the Farm app. And one day, it'll probably be embedded in apps that Bushel doesn't really own or have anything to do with. That will be, that's a ways off, but that's the eventual goal. And finally, on cash management, we have direct deposit, which has been talked a lot about here. And the value of direct deposit is that our portal customer can basically, with a couple clicks, sign up a grower for direct deposit. They don't have to get that check, and they don't have to store ACH numbers, and they don't have to do all of that mess. It's basically a few clicks, and then the farmers are connected, and then the payments are easily done. Again, it's that integration that is the value of everything that we're doing here, right? So then we go to, and I got this clock here on me right now, right? So I'm sorry I'm talking a little fast, but then we get to payments. Payments today, right, in the portal products, we have the ability for the growers to pay their invoices, right? And today they can pay, you see the third one down, closed loop payments. Today that farmer can pay that invoice to the agribusiness with the balance in the Bushel business account or a balance at a third-party bank account. So again, that's that concept of the wallet, multiple payment sources, right, integrated in seamlessly, right? So that has been in production. We've had decent uptake from customers, but we also have this concept of Lender Connect, which is where not only is it the closed loop payment from the Bushel business account, not only is it the third-party bank account like Wells Fargo, but it's a line of credit or an input loan from an integrated lender. And that's what Lender Connect is. Jorny will talk more about that. That today is in production with a couple different people, and the next thing that we're putting on is card acceptance, right? So card acceptance means in the portal you will be able to accept the major credit cards, and then like it's a credit card payment, so you receive your funds the next day, like it's credit card settlement. So we think that is really, when I look at this, when I think of what we're doing, it's flexibility for both the agribusiness and the farmer. The farmer comes to pay his invoice. He's going to have four, at least ways to pay that invoice. Am I going to use a credit card? Well, why would I use a credit card? I would use a credit card because I'm going to get 45 days to not have to pay my credit card back. And by the way, that credit card payment, you don't have to have the Bushel business account. It's completely open loop, right? So the grower can say, I can pay with a credit card. I can pay with a connected lender. I can pay with my Bushel business account, which I love because I'm earning great interest and have a lot of FDIC insurance. Or I can pay with a third-party bank account. All of this that I've mentioned is all either in production now or rolling out probably the end of this summer or early fall, all of this. The last item that there's been some interesting conversations I've had with people this week is on liens. Liens is something when I got here 10 months ago that people talked a lot about as this is such a problem for this industry. This is such a problem for this industry. So I think this problem has been completely solved in other industries. Everyone who's ever bought a house, you've gone through this exact same solution, right? There's this thing called a title company. What does the title company do? The title company takes the mortgage company's money. It takes the buyer's money, right? It goes and researches what all the liens are on that existing house. It then makes sure everyone gets paid off so that when the buyer buys the house, there's clean title, right? That's exactly what we're going to do, except in a much more abbreviated way for our agribusiness partners. We are going to create a trusted, insured intermediary such that when you need to make a payment, you now just hit the easy button. You don't need to even know if there's a lien on that crop that you just paid for. You're basically going to hit the easy button. Bushel's going to do it, and Bushel is going to indemnify you against any losses because of the lien not being researched correctly by us or paid off. So that's coming. That product will be in pilot by Q4, and if anyone wants to talk to us about being a pilot for that, that'll be more GA probably in 2026. But that's the idea behind that. So that's everything I had on really where we're going. We're going to do the panel now, and then then we're going to come back to this with Greg and Jorny are going to walk through these things in detail. So next, I'd like to introduce my panel up to the podium.